Hi students, welcome to Smarter Everyday Overlearning Ocean of Chemistry. Dear students, I have been teaching the classes for you from the chapter Organic Chemistry, some basic principles and techniques from grade 11 NCERT. And in this organic chemistry, the main topic is very important topic, IUPAC system for naming organic compounds. Here, IUPAC nomenclature we are going to learn in this session. This complete detailed information about this nomenclature of organic compounds basing upon IUPAC nomenclature, right? And who didn't see those previous classes, I'll provide for you the links in the description. You can go through them. Let's start our today's session about IUPAC nomenclature. Dear students, what is about IUPAC nomenclature and what is the use of this? I'm going to tell you. Because of the unique property of the catenation and the isomerism, carbon forms a large number of organic compounds. Right. Even towards the end of the 19th century, the number of organic compounds known was large, that is, became difficult to remember them by their common or trivial names. Then, in order to systematize the nomenclature of organic compounds, basically the IUPAC, International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. This system of nomenclature was first introduced in the year 1947. These rules underwent modifications from time to time, and the most exhaustive rules of nomenclature of organic compounds were published in the year 1979 and later revised, updated 1993. The rules discussed in the chapter or latest are based upon the 1979 and 1993 edition of the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds. And students, what is the use of these organic compounds nomenclature basing upon this IUPAC? Means if you see any compound, any structural molecular formula or structural formula, you need to identify the name of the compound basing upon the word root and suffix and prefix like that, and the detailed information how we can identify that compound belongs to which category, and basing upon this IUPAC system, let's get started. Right, in this IUPAC nomenclature, the first IUPAC name of any organic compound, if you take, essentially consists of three parts: the main, word root and suffix and prefix. You can see here, and word root, suffix and prefix. What is meant by this word root? Okay, it is the basic unit of the name. It denotes the number of carbon atoms present in the principal chain. Principal chain, nothing but the main chain of the carbon. The longest possible continuous chain of the carbon atoms, including the functional group and the multiple bonds also of the organic molecule for this word root. And basing upon this word root, what you can conclude means, here you can see what I have written here, the chain length, and what is the word root also I have written here. And if there are only one carbon atom is present in that chain, particular chain, the word root should be meth. Okay, and if there are two carbons, the word root is eth, and 3 prop, 4 bute, 5 pent, 6 carbons are present, then that is hex. 7 means hept, 8 means oct, 9 means nan, 10 means dec, 11 means undec, 12 means dodec. And okay, if you count the number of carbon atoms in that particular molecule, then you need to identify that compound molecular formula belongs to which word root you can identify. Then you should give the name of that particular compound, right? These word roots, basing upon the common names of generally alkanes are used, but for chains of 5 or more carbon atoms, in Greek, number roots are used. Okay, in Greek language, these are all the root words you should use for this nomenclature, right? And for extra ye, I have written here, see, you can see the extra ye in given parenthesis is used for if primary suffix And the second one is suffix. Here also primary suffix and the secondary suffix is there, two types. And about these suffixes also I'll explain you in this session only. And again we have prefix here. Here also two categories are there, primary prefix and secondary prefix. Okay, and which is going to discuss with about this, which topic also we need to know in this session, right? And here extra a given is used only for primary suffix. Here it is to be added to the word root begins with a consonant. In general, the word root of any carbon chain is alk. If suppose if it is end with alk, then you should add one a as a suffix here. That I'll tell you in our next session. Okay, coming session, right? And let's start our next one about the suffix. Here suffix we have again primary suffix and secondary suffix. First of all, you have to know about the primary suffix. Here it is always added to the word root, to indicate whether the carbon chain is saturated and unsaturated. Here we have the two new words, saturation and unsaturation. Okay students, and here the type of the carbon chain you need to identify. If it is saturated compound, that means it contains only one single bond. That means in a chain, long form of the carbon chain, you have to find out only all the single bonds. That is only saturated compound. If there are only with one double bond, if any presence of one double bond, means that compound is unsaturated compound. And students, if there is a presence of triple bond also, that belongs to unsaturated compound. Okay, and here for this saturation basing upon primary suffix, if there is a single bond, only one single bond of atoms, the suffix will be ane. And double bond means ene, and it is triple bond means yne, ein, ein. Okay, the general names. Okay, you have to know the general names here: alkane, alkene, and the next one is alkyne. Okay, you have to remember this thing. Just blindly you have to remember. If there are only all the single bonds are present, that's only alkane group. And if you find any double bond here, that belongs to alkene group. And triple bond is there, means that is only alkyne group. Okay, if the parent carbon chain contains 2, 3, 4 or more triple bonds, that is numerical prefixes, you should add to them numerical prefixes such as di. For 2, if there are two double bonds are present, means you should add di. And tri means if there are three double bonds or 3 triple bonds are present, if you add the word tetra. For 4, if there are only any 4 double bonds or 4 triple bonds are present, you should add one prefix, numerical prefix, that is tetra. Okay, and these are added to the primary suffix. For example, the compound is unsaturated with 2 double bonds. Okay, then the primary suffix should be diene. Di is the numerical prefix here. Why? Because 2 double bonds are located. Then di, and if there is a double bond presence is there, so ene you should add, so that is diene. Then the general name should be alkadiene. Right. And if there is unsaturated with 2 triple bonds, these triple bonds are 2 are located, means this is called as diene. Then the general name should be alkadiene. Right. Okay, then I'm going to give you some examples to illustrate the use of this word root and primary suffixes in the naming of organic compounds. First example, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This compound they have given to you to find its name. Then first of all you have to know, you need to find out the word root. Word root means number of carbons, how many number of carbons only present in that particular chain, right? That is only word root. Okay, here 1 2 3 4 carbons are present. Then if there are only four carbon atoms, the root word is bute. Okay, bute is the root word. And what is the primary suffix here? Primary suffix means primary suffix, whether it is saturated or unsaturated. You need to find out the bonds in between the carbon atoms, the bonds you need to find out whether there is a single bond or double bond or triple bond presence. Let's see here, all the single bonds only located here. Okay, these are all the single bonds like this. And then the primary suffix should be ane, right? Then the IUPAC name for this, butane. Butane, ane is the suffix here, that is alkane group. Alkane, need to identify like this. Okay students, now let's see the second example here, CH3 CH double bond CH2. Okay, only by seeing this molecular formula you have identified that one double bond is located here. Then first you need to count the carbons here. How many are there? 1 2 3. 3 carbons are present. Then the root word should be pro. Why? Because here, see, you can see here 3 carbons, C3, then prop is the root word, right? And double bond is located here, then the primary suffix should be ene, in. Then the general name of IUPAC name of this, propene. Why? Because this is alkene group. Alkene group, right? And the next example is CH triple bond CH. Okay, only if you count the carbons here, only 2 carbons are present here. Then the root word should be eth. Right, and one triple bond is located here. Then the primary suffix is yne, ine. Then the name of IUPAC name of this compound should be ethine. Ethine, that belongs to alkyne group. Right, okay, and let's go for the next example here. CH triple bond C, C triple bond again CH. Here two triple bonds you have. Then if you count the carbons here, 1 2 3 4. If there is a C4, the root word is bute. And here bute is the root word and 2 triple bonds are there. Then yne should come and 2 triple bonds, so di you should add here. Then the primary suffix should be diene and the name is butadiene. Butadiene, alka diene, the general name is. Okay, extra a has been added to the word root since the primary suffix, that is diene or diene, begins with a consonant, that is D here, well as in case of the last 2 examples here in this example also, right? This is about the suffix, primary suffix, the saturation condition and unsaturation condition compounds, double bond, single bond, and these are all the examples for only primary suffix. Okay, primary suffix. And let's go for secondary suffix. And it is, what is the use of this? It is added to the primary suffix. Added to the primary suffix to indicate the nature of the functional group. Nature of the functional group present in the organic compound. Secondary suffix of important functional groups. I am going to give you what are the functional groups and for what functional groups we can add this. We can use this secondary suffix also. I'll tell you. Class of organic compounds and functional group and secondary suffix. Okay, then the first one is alcoholic group. Alcoholic group, the functional group should be OH. And here the secondary suffix, what you have to write, that is OL. Alcohol, this OL is the secondary suffix here. Let's see the second one, aldehyde group. Class of the organic compound is aldehyde here. Then student, the functional group should be CHO. CHO. If you see this CHO in any organic compound molecular formula, that you can identify that compound belongs to aldehyde group, and the secondary suffix for this is AL. Okay, AL. And the next one is ketones. Ketonic group, if you find this type of structure, C double bond O, and this type of structure, if you observe in any compound, in any molecular formula, you need to identify that belongs to ketonic group. And students, for this secondary suffix is ONE, own. Okay, right. And the next one is about carboxylic acids. Functional group is COOH, carboxylic acid, and you can write oic acid as its secondary suffix. And the next one is acid amides. Here, acid amides, if you find CONH2 group in any organic compound, you can write amide as its suffix, secondary suffix, that is the amide. And the next one is acid chlorides. Right, here acid chlorides, and if you find anywhere COCl, and that belongs to acid chloride organic compound. And for this, oil chloride, OYL, oil chloride. And esters, the next one is esters here, then COOR. You should write the functional group as COOR, and the name of the secondary suffix is alkyl OAte. OAte is the esters group. And the next one is nitriles here. Nitriles, if you find just like CN, that is nitrile group, that is only nitrile, you should write like this as secondary suffix. And the next one is thiol. Thiol group, thiol means only SH. The functional group indication is only SH. Then you should write simply thiol, that is the secondary suffix. And amines means nothing but removal of one hydrogen from ammonia, that is only NH2. You should represent like this, only simply amine here, that is the secondary suffix here. Okay, these are all about class of the organic compounds and what is the functional group and how can we write the secondary suffix here. It may be noted that while adding the secondary suffix to the primary suffix, the terminal E of the primary suffix, that is ANE and ENE and YNE, okay, is dropped if the secondary suffix begins with the vowel, but it is retained if the secondary suffix begins with a consonant. Right, and some more examples to illustrate the use of the word root and primary suffix and the secondary suffix in naming of the organic compounds. Why? Because up to now we have learned about these two. Primary suffix is completed and secondary suffix also completed for the functional groups, and which type of functional groups also completed. And basing upon these two, let's see some more examples, then you can understand very easily. You have the example here, CH3CH2OH. This is the organic compound, and students, basing upon this, first of all you need to find out the word root of this. The word root should be 1, 2. Only 2 carbons are present here. Then, okay, 2 carbons means the word root is ETH, ETH. Okay, then you should write here the word root ETH. Then the primary suffix. Once again I'm going to do this. Primary suffix here, saturated, whether it is alkane, alkene or alkyne, also you need to identify basing upon the bonds. Okay, double bond, single bond and a triple bond. Okay, then in this compound all the single bonds only present, so primary suffix I'm going to write here. Just you have to remember this. Primary suffix should be ANE. Why? Because all the single bonds only present. It belongs to alkane group. Then primary suffix is ane. I have written here. And what about secondary suffix here? Secondary suffix nothing but if any functional group is located here. Okay, right here you can see OH. OH is the functional group. Then if it is OH means that belongs to alcohols, right? OH means that is alcohol. Then the secondary suffix should be OL. OL. Okay. Then secondary suffix is OL. You should represent like this. And the final name of IUPAC name of this compound should be ethanol. Ethanol. Okay. Why? Because this E should not represent that E. Ethanol is the IUPAC name. And let's see the second example. CH3, CH2, CH2 and H2. And same as usual, you have to find out the carbons, how many carbons are present here. 1, 2, 3 carbons. Then if there are C3, then the root word should be prop. I'm going to write here PROP. Prop is the root word, and primary suffix means here also all the single bonds. There is no double bond, there is no triple bond. So this is also ene. And secondary suffix is which type of functional group is located here. NH2. NH2 means that is right here. NH2, that is only amines group. NH2 is the amines group here. Then students, here you should write like this, amine. Okay, and the name should be IUPAC name propanamine. Propanamine. You should ignore this E here, propanamine. And let's go for the next example. CH3, CH2, CH2, COOH. Here one functional group is located. First of all, the root word should be only 3 carbons are present here. Same, the root word is prop. Sorry, if you count this carbon also, so in COOH also, carboxylic group also, 1 carbon is located. Students, you need to count that also. Then you should get 4 carbons. 4 carbons here, that is only bute. Bute is the root word here. And primary suffix is no single bond, no double bonds and triple bonds here. So same, ane is the primary suffix. And what about the secondary suffix here? The functional group is COOH. COOH means nothing but oic acid. That is the carboxylic group, right? Oic acid. And the final name of this IUPAC name of this compound is butanoic. Butanoic. You should ignore this E. Butanoic acid. Why? Because it is COOH is the acidic group, right? Carboxylic acid. Then the name should be butanoic acid. Next one is CH3, CH2, CN. CN here 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are located here. Then the root word should be prop. And the primary suffix is here. See, there is no double bonds and triple bonds. So as usual, ane. Why? Because it belongs to alkane group. Secondary suffix means here CN is located. Then CN is located. So here CN we have nitrile group. So you need to add nitrile as secondary suffix here. Then secondary suffix should be nitrile. Then the IUPAC name of this compound is prop. Propane nitrile. Simple. Propane nitrile. You can add all these names and you should write like this, propane nitrile. We have the next example, interesting example here. We have a double bond CH2, double bond CH, CHO. Okay students, and first of all you have to count the number of carbons here just to write the word root. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons, then the word root is prop here. Then what about the primary suffix here? Here one double bond is located, okay. So Here the primary suffix is ene. Why? Because it belongs to alkene group, just like alkene group. Then students, here the secondary suffix you need to identify, because which type of functional group is located here, that is CHO. Let's see if there is a CHO, presence of CHO, that is aldehyde group. Okay, and the suffix should be AL. And the same thing I'm going to write here at the secondary suffix, that is aldehyde group, just AL, small a, okay, AL. Then students, the IUPAC name of this prop, and here you can see at which carbon atom the double bond is located also you need to identify. Then you should give the first priority to this carbon which is present in that functional group 1, 2 and 3. Okay, numbering should be like this, right to left. And prop 2 in 1 al. Why? Because prop 2 in means alkene group, nothing but a double bond. So at the second carbon, double bond is located here. So students, here at first carbon only the functional group is located. So 1 al, al means aldehyde group. Next example, which has a triple bond here, CH triple bond C, COOH, here a single bond. Okay students, here you count the number of carbons, 1, 2, 3 carbons. So as usual, prop is the root word, and students, this is the root word, and the primary suffix should be 1, triple bond is located. Then without any doubt, without any hesitation, you need to write like this, YNE, ine is the primary suffix here. And about secondary suffix, what is meant by secondary suffix, students? Which functional group is located here? That is only COOH, carboxylic acid functional group for this oic acid. Okay, if there is a presence of carboxylic acid right here, okay, COOH is the functional group of carboxylic acid. Then the secondary suffix should be oic acid. That only I'm going to write here, oic acid. Then students, finally you have to write the IUPAC name for this. I'm going to write prop at second carbon 1, 2, 3. At this second carbon only triple bond is located, 2 ine. At first carbon only, right, the functional group, so 1 oic acid. Prop 2 ine 1 oic acid. Okay, these are the examples of just by representing the primary word root, and this is the word root, and the primary suffix, that means belongs to basing upon the bonds alkane, alkene and the alkyne, and the secondary suffix means basing upon the functional group, which functional group is located in that which functional group is present in that particular compound. And finally you have to write the IUPAC name for this. Okay students, up to now only about the suffix, only primary suffix, secondary suffix only completed. I'm going to start with the next one, prefix. Primary prefix and the secondary prefix, right? And primary, again prefixes are, these are two types, primary and secondary, I told you. And primary prefix is used to simply distinguish the cyclic from acyclic compounds. Acyclic compounds, for example, in case of carbocyclic compounds, a primary prefix is cyclo, is used immediately before the word root. Okay students, and secondary prefix, in IUPAC system of nomenclature, certain group are not considered as functional group, but instead are treated with substitutes. Okay, if any substitutes are present. About this I'll tell you afterwards, about secondary prefix, and these are all any substitute, just like chlorine, fluorine, iodine, bromine, like this. I'll tell you in next afterwards. Okay, first of all you have to know about this primary prefix. As I told you previously, the primary prefix should be used for the cyclic compounds. Okay, here I can take the example of this compound. primary prefix. Here the example, and this is a cyclo compound. Okay, cyclo means about only primary prefix. Primary prefix only should represent about only cyclo compounds. And students, here the root word you need to identify how many carbons are present. As usual, we did previously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So 5 carbons means the root word should be pent, and this is the word root pent. And students, ane is the primary suffix here, primary suffix. Okay, that means basing upon the bonds. Here all single bonds only presented. Then students, it belongs to alkane group, alkane. So you should take here ane. Okay, and entirely the name should be cyclopentane. This is the IUPAC name of this cyclic compound. Okay, this is about primary prefix only. You can use this only for cyclic compounds. About primary prefix is completed, and now let's see for secondary prefix. Okay students, and if there is a presence of substitutes just like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, just like NO2, and some examples I'll tell you, and if there is a presence of these are all substituents, then you can use about this secondary prefix. Okay, and these are all called secondary prefixes, and added to immediately the word root. Before the word root you can write like this, the primary prefix in case of carbocyclic compounds and everything, right? And I'm going to give you the examples of substituent group and the secondary prefix, what you have to use. Right, here the group of substituent fluorine, if there is a F is located in this particular compound or molecular formula, you should add fluoro. Fluoro is the secondary prefix here, right? And this also you can guess easily, chloro. And for this Br you can represent like this, bromo is the secondary prefix here. And if it's a presence of iodine here, you should write simply ido. And students, for NO2 you can represent nitro. Okay, right. And if it is NO, only NO, you can write like this, nitroso. And for example, N plus ion and triple bond, N is located diazo, diazo. OR, simply OR is located, you can write alkoxy, alkoxy as secondary prefix. And if it is OCH3, this is OMe also, we can represent like that, OMe also in a molecular formula. Then it should be methoxy group, methoxy group, right? And the next one students, OC2H5, and this is sometimes you can see like this also, OET, and it is ethoxy group. In compound only you can see this type of structure, OET, that is indicates that ethoxy group. And CH3 and sometimes Me also you can see, that is methyl group, methyl. Okay, like this C2H5 and ET, like this is there, means you can write simply ethyl group, ethyl, right? And the next one is CH2, CH2, CH3, and sometimes you can see NPR, that is N-propyl. N-propyl is the secondary prefix here. And sometimes CH3 twice, sometimes IPR, like this. If you find, that is known as isopropyl. And students, the last one is CH3 thrice, 3 times. If you see this type of arrangement, that TRT, tet butyl. Simply you can write like this, the group of the substituent and what is the secondary prefix here. Besides these, other functional groups also treated as substituent groups in case of polyfunctional compounds, as discussed later in the next class. Thus, the complete IUPAC name of organic compound consists as following parts, that is secondary prefix and primary prefix plus word root. secondary prefix, primary prefix, and the word root, and primary suffix and students secondary suffix. Then next, some examples to illustrate the word root, primary and secondary prefixes and suffixes in the naming of organic compounds. Let's see by conclusion of these. The first example, CH3, CH2, Br. Here the secondary prefix means Br, bromo, the substituent is added here. This is secondary prefix. And word root and primary suffix. And last, IUPAC name also. And here students, that is bromo. And word root means only 2 carbons, so eth. And primary suffix means all the single bonds, so EANE. So the name should be bromoethane. In the next example, NO2 group is added here. So in the secondary prefix, nitro you can add, and the word root only 1 carbon, so meth is the root word here. Primary suffix only all the single bonds, so ANE. Then the name should be nitromethane. Nitromethane is the name here. And the third example here, C2H5, OC2H5. And students here, C2H5. This is completely the secondary prefix. So you should add ethoxy. Then only eth is the 2 carbons here. C2, 2 carbons here. So eth is the root word. Then all the single bonds only located, so ANE. Then the name should be ethoxyethane. For suppose this type of cyclocompounds, if you observe, then here students, you have to give numbering to the carbon atoms. Here you have to give the first preference to this functional group. This is OH, means alcoholic group, right? And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. Okay, then students, here at which carbon atom the substituent is located? So at 4th carbon. So for bromo, this is only cyclic compound, so cyclo. Totally 6 carbons are presented here, so hex, and all the single bonds only presented, so that ANE, alkane group. And students, at the first carbon only alcoholic group is presented here, then 1 ol. Why? Because here for bromo, that is secondary prefix. Here cyclo is the primary prefix, hex is the root word root, okay, and an is the primary suffix. This is secondary suffix. And totally, what is the name of this? 4-bromo cyclo hexa 1-ol. This is IUPAC name. Okay students, and if you keep in mind about all these secondary suffix, all these primary prefix and word root, about all these, if you keep in your mind, then you have to identify the common name basing upon the IUPAC system, right? And if you do some examples for practice, then it will be very easy to you to identify the nomenclature. This is about the structure, the complete detailed information of IUPAC nomenclature about word root, suffix and prefix. Here prefix also, 2 types also I have explained in this class. Okay students, if you have any doubts, you can convey, surely you can convey in the comment section. Okay, and you can subscribe to my channel for my further updates. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.